My first guest is the anchor of NBC's Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. He's also author of the best-selling books, The Greatest Generation and The Greatest Generation Speaks. Please welcome our good friend, Mr. Tom Brokaw. I love that music you've got.
Thank you very much.
That's impressive music.
Mr. Williams.
What's that?
It's been there for a while.
Yes, it has. It's good music.
I was thinking...
You were staring at me like you're about to hit me.
No.
Was anyone else sensing that?
No, I think we're thinking that Elian Gonzalez should stay and Bill Gates should go back to Havana. Maybe that would be the right result.
You can't pick on Bill Gates. What did he lose? He lost. You heard that statistic?
Yeah, about $12 billion.
$12 billion he lost.
Right.
That's
which is the equivalent of you losing a couple of subway tokens. Actually, I mean it's loose change.
Are you saying he's richer than me? How dare you? Yeah, that's. It doesn't mean anything to him. That's just shocking.
Well, no, obviously, I think it means something, but he's not somebody who wakes up in the morning and wonders whether he's going to have to buy the day-old bread.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't think that that's something that he's concerned about. He had a phase in his life, and still does to a degree, in which he was very frugal for a long time.
I've heard that he's a bit of a cheapskate, which would amaze. He's worth, I think, what he's worth until yesterday was worth, I think, about $101 billion.
Well, he was worth more than that, actually. It's not fair to call him a cheapskate anymore. He and his wife Melinda are giving away more money than anyone in the world to.
Right.
Programs to eliminate childhood diseases around the world, to deal with the eradication of AIDS in Africa, to underwrite children's programs for computers in this country.
Those are all good things, by the way, but if I had his money, I would get an island and an army of gold robots.
Right.
And I would demand that the UN meet my laundry list.
Do you want to go deeper into the gold robots thing?
Yes, I do. I love the idea of a rich guy having an army of gold robots. Attack Brokaw. Okay. I'm sorry. He's done very well. He's given away a lot of money, yes.
He does not have a lot of gold robots, however. It's fair to say that. No, but there was a time in his life when he only flew in the back of the airplane. He would get on a commercial airplane, fly coach, pull a blanket up over his head, work on his personal computer, fall asleep, get off at whatever the stop that he was headed for. There was a meeting here in New York one time. It was a fairly big business meeting with MSNBC and NBC and Microsoft. And Bill had to leave early because he had to get the connecting flight through Chicago back to Seattle. It was the last connection.
He doesn't have his own plane?
Well, now he does.
Eric Estrada has his own plane.
No, now he does.
You can get one of those with
handlebars,
with chips money.
Plane, right.
I love the idea of Bill Gates on a plane working on a personal computer,
right.
Like looking at women and like, I made it.
Right.
See this? I did it. Now, I'm curious a little bit. And I hope this isn't, I think this is, you've talked about this, so I think it's okay that I mention it.
I don't think there'll be any Gates contributions to the Conan O'Brien Charitable Trust Fund, by the way, after tonight.
Oh, yes, there will. When I sick my tin robot on him. I think it's okay to mention this, because I think you're very open about it, but about a month and a half ago, you turned 60 years old.
I did. Somebody told me that.
Yeah, you turned 60 now.
Completely escaped my attention. I was trying to avoid it, but there it was.
Really? How you feeling?
Not wild about the idea.
Really?
No, I don't think. I think one of the things that you live in a culture now that is so much younger, and you grow up at a time you never think that you're going to get to be 60, and suddenly there it is. There's not much you can do about it. It's a big 6-0, and you know that you've kind of gone up over a certain barrier in life, and you're looking not at a lot of more years in advance. I mean, you are
really
playing the back
sad all of a
nine,
sudden.
right? I was wondering whether you would speak at my services, actually. That's why I'm here this evening.
If I'm still alive way in the future, well, you know, the reason I bring it up is that in this business, you know, we have sort of a show that a lot of young people watch, and so it's important that I'm, you know, 28 years old. That's an important aspect of the show, that my youth, and it's fatal to me to get much older. But I would think for a broadcaster, who's giving the news to the nation, I actually think it actually would help you a little bit. Don't you? You like the idea of I don't want my news, I don't want my nightly news from some punk. I want the nightly news from Tom Brokaw, a man with some gravitas, a man with some distinction. And I think you do want your news from a man with arthritic joints about to be eligible for Social Security. I think that makes a lot of sense. If I get a cold, I'll go right on Medicare. You don't have to worry about it. I want the nightly news from someone who has to keep interrupting stories to go pee. I'll be right back with that story in just a minute. We're back. All right.
Oh, God.
No, I want it from an 80-year-old man, you know.
Well, I saw Walter Cronkite the other night, who's now well into his 80s, and he and his wife, Betsy, had a big wedding anniversary, and honest God, I believe that he could go in tomorrow, sit down at the chair, and resume his career. He is an astonishing
I see footage
model
of him
for all of us.
because he travels. And,
Right.
I remember watching, Brokaw retired, I think, when I was in high school.
Walter retired.
What did I say?
Brokaw. I know it. Might have been what you had
I was
in
at a
mind.
disco with him last night,
Right.
and he said, "Call me Cronky."
What's up, he said.
Yeah.
Right.
Before we go, I have to mention this. I mentioned it in the monologue. Leonardo DiCaprio interviewed President Clinton, did a legitimate interview with President Clinton, sat down for an hour. A lot of people, and this was for ABC, a lot of people in the news community are upset because they think, well, this is the beginning of a trend. That celebrities are going to start doing legitimate stories that a real journalist should have been in there interviewing the president for an hour. What do you think?
Oh, some of us at NBC thought that it raised the standards of ABC News by having Leo DiCaprio do that.
Man.
No, it was...
Just so you know, just to be fair, NBC is sending Christina Aguilera down to talk to Castro.
Right. Yeah, well. I think what is, when Madonna interviews Martha Stewart about lifestyle choices, it's probably something to be worried.
That's okay, yeah.
I think what they were trying to do was to celebrate Earth Day. Apparently, he's the honorary chairman of Earth Day. They wanted to raise the visibility of it,
right.
Get some marquee figure, and...
but you're kind of laughing about it.
Well, ABC can defend this one all on its own. Thank you very much.
I don't want to cross you. Well, of course, NBC's Nightly News with Tom Brokaw is on every weekday evening. Tom, thanks for...
Do you have to read that, actually? I mean,
yeah,
that isn't actually at the forefront of your thoughts every morning when you get up? Nightly News tonight at 6:30 with Tom Brokaw.
I'm a complete moron. Is it really on at 6:30?
Everywhere I go, I talk about Conan. Everywhere
you do.
I go.
You've been good to me. Thanks very much for coming, Tom.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Tom Brokaw, everybody. Artie Lang is coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.